Today we're going to be talking about combining like terms. The first thing you have to know whenever we are combining like terms is exactly what a like term is. So you can see right there by the definition that they must have the exact same variables, the exact same number of times. Down below we have a whole bunch of different terms, and so we're going to look to see which of these have the exact same variables the same number of times. Well, to start off with, we'll pick an easy one. We'll take 3x. And so as I look around, I'm looking for any other ones that have just a single x. So right here, negative 6x, those are like terms. We have a 9.2y, and we don't care about the number. All we care about is that it has just one y. So as I look around, we've got two x's here and a y. So even though it has one y, it has two x's. So that's not good enough. So here we have just one y. And over here, even though there's not a number that you see with it, we have just one y. So all of these are like terms. We have 0.6xy. So this has an x and a y, but just one of each. So right here where we have an x and a y, but we have two x's because it's squared, that would not be like terms with this. Right here we have just one x and one y. So those would be like terms. And then finally, you see this has an x and a y, but it has two x's and one y. This one has two x's and one y. So those are like terms. So in order to be like terms, they have to have the exact same variables the same number of times. Now, the reason why this is important is because we can combine like terms by combining their coefficients. Now, a coefficient is the number in front of the letter. So in this case, the -3 and the 6, the 2, and the -4, these are all coefficients. And we can combine these like terms simply by combining their coefficients. So what we like to do is we like to show that we have like terms first by boxing and circling. So I'm going to put a box around -3x and +6x. Make sure that you include the sign to the left whenever you put the box around it. And then I'm going to circle, and I'm going to switch colors here, my +2y and my -4y. So I can combine these like terms here. And when I do that, -3x plus 6x gives me 3x. Now we did that by working out -3 plus 6, which is just 3. And then we kept the x with it. So you work out the coefficients, the numbers, and then you keep the x with it. And then we can combine our y's by going 2y minus 4y, and that would give me a -2y. Now we cannot combine the 3x and the 2y because those are not like terms, so that's actually our final answer. All you have to do is to put your x's and your y's in groups, and once you've grouped them together, that's it, you're done. In the same way that we would maybe put fruit together, we'd put all the oranges together and all the apples together. That's what we're doing here. We're putting all of our x's together and all of our y's together. We have another problem down here below. We have -2a is like terms with -a, because both those have just one a. We have -4b is like terms with 4b. And then I'll use triangles here for my 3 and my +9. So now I can go back and start combining these. So my -2a and my -a would create -3a. And you can put that into the calculator by putting -2 minus 1, because there's an understood 1 in front of a. So -2 minus 1 is -3, and you can put that into the calculator and get your -3a. Now my -4b, this one right here, and my +4b, a -4 and a +4 cancel out, so those actually are eliminated. And then we can add 3 plus 9 to get +12. And we have combined like terms and got negative 3a plus 12. Finally, I want to show a problem that we tend to see a lot where they give us a figure and they ask us for the perimeter. Just as a reminder, perimeter is when you add the distance around. So what we're going to do is we're going to take each of these distances, we're going to take 5x, which is my top distance right here. We're going to take the side, which is 2x plus 5, and we're going to add those. So plus 2x plus 5 plus 6x plus 2x plus 5. So we have found the perimeter because we added the distance around. Now I know the distance didn't have just a single number, it had x's, but that's okay. We can still add the distance around. Now we just simply combine like terms. So I have 5x plus 2x plus 6x plus 2x, and I can combine all those because they're like terms. So 5 plus 2 is 7, 7 plus 6 is 13, and 13 plus 2 is 15, so that gives me 15x. Then I can combine my constants because those are like terms because they don't have x's, and 5 plus 5 is 10. So hopefully now you will be able to combine like terms.